What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. There's a sad situation going on right now with a young sister by the name of Sakia Jones. This story is going viral all across the East Coast. She's a 31-year-old single mom who unfortunately found herself in a homeless situation. And of course, I'm bringing light to that. That's nothing to play about. But it all started when the young lady who was on drugs or homeless and had some problems went missing.
First time we're hearing from the family of the woman whose body was found stuffed in a suitcase on Long Island.
31-year-old Sakia Jones was reported missing 3 weeks ago. Her body discovered earlier this week inside luggage near an apartment in Huntington. This afternoon, police are still trying to determine what happened. Meanwhile, a vigil for Jones is scheduled for tonight.
Long Island reporter Shantae Lance spoke with the victim's siblings and her mother. She joins us now live from Huntington with their story. Shantae.
Well, Liz and David, understandably, this family is grieving and desperately wants answers. When they arrived, they noticed these flowers. They say they didn't put it here, laid on the ground here in this wooded area that is near the spot where that suitcase was found, containing the body of 31-year-old Sakia Jones. Her family says she loved music and to dance and would help anyone who needed it. She was a mother. Her body was found on Tuesday after she was reported missing 3 weeks ago. I just spoke with her sisters and her mother, who want to know what happened.
I'm looking and I can't find her. And I come back from vacation and I see on the news my daughter's in a suitcase. Where do we do this at? So somebody has to give me some type of answers.
I'm here today to say that my sister Sakia Jones have a family that was standing beside her. Unfortunately, just unfortunately, we cannot help her get a hold of her mental illness.
And as you can see, the woman was found deceased and found inside of a suitcase. Who did they arrest for this crime?
Breaking just moments ago, police walking out the man who's been arrested and charged in the case of 31-year-old Sakia Jones. Her body was found earlier this week in a suitcase in the woods of Huntington in Suffolk County. Let's get to Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis, who's been there all morning long in Bayshore with the latest developments. Marcus, did he say anything as he was being escorted out?
Did not, Pedro, and for the family, this comes as a small measure of consolation. Yesterday, a vigil for Sakia Jones, and today, an arrest and an arraignment in this case. So, as you've been mentioning just a few moments ago, that suspect led out of the 3rd precinct here, 31-year-old Ronald Schroeder of Huntington led out of the 3rd precinct. He was arrested yesterday in Penn Station and is now on his way to court. The arrest comes after the remains of Sakia Jones found in that suitcase in bushes near an apartment complex. Yesterday, members of the victim's family, including her 4-year-old son, were at the location. The family had reported Jones missing August 16th, and this a painful end to their search.
This is Ronald Schroeder. He was found with date grape drugs. Okay. He also looks like he could be transient or homeless. There are many different variant stories going out there right now. One is that people saw her walking around with an unknown person, and they also saw or heard noises, a woman asking for help and couldn't get it. People said he could be a migrant. I'm not sure, but a lot of people are saying, well, basically, what's going on? Like, why, if this was your family member, why couldn't you help her? And the answer is this: we could not help her get a hold of her mental illness. All right. So the family says she was suffering from mental health issues, but that still doesn't give anybody the right to put her inside of a suitcase like she was nothing, is what they said. All right. This is what I want to tell you guys. And I'm saying this to be respectful of the family. I'm saying this to be respectful of all the parties involved, because I do believe that this white man has a lot to do with what happened to her. She was found in the fetal position with a black cord around the suitcase. So basically, yes, this was a homicide. But what I want to say is this: men are so important in the families. Okay, this is what we are missing. I'm not trying to say that this would have been different, but this is what's important for your daughters, for keeping and getting people the right sort of help that we can get. Having communities around your family, it's so important. And also, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Here's a white man that, hey, maybe she could have felt that this person was safe. And I'm going to tell you that a lot of these crimes that, you might see, because it's a lot of these suitcase crimes coming out in New York, in the New York area, involving certain women of color, okay? These guys honestly believe that a lot of these sisters' life is not that important, and they can get away with it. That's the only way you can justify doing something like this. All right? Hey, well, she's homeless. She, ain't nobody gonna really care about her like that. She's black and all that. And then at the same time, some of these ladies feel like these white guys, that some of them don't have problems. And I'm here to tell you, I watch true crime stories a lot. I very rarely see abductions, random killings with just random people by black people. I rarely see it. If I ever hear about somebody's in a suitcase or somebody, I already know who did it for the most part. Okay? We're not saying that all people do it, but from what I see, we always see that. And this is what happens when you believe that these people are all nice because they're white or whatever. A lot of sisters have to really watch their back with dealing with some of these people out here. Stop thinking that because somebody is Caucasian, and again, we don't know all the story, that basically you're gonna get treated better. You might be a target, and especially if you're a person that's homeless or you have mental health issues and you're out there, for some of these people who are like serial killers, this is what they're preying on. And again, my heart goes out to the family, and I hope that this man, who, if they find out information, is brought to justice. But somebody heard this lady screaming for her life, and nobody could help her. And so I'm just saying that, putting it out there. If you have sisters, okay, if they have mental health issues and things, help them get the help that they need. Because the more they're homeless and transient in the streets, this is exactly what can happen. People prey on a lot of homeless folks, especially homeless women. And you know how it is right now in these liberal states. They'd rather help these homeless migrants than help these homeless black women out here or help a homeless American. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Zaddy Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.